we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun.
Hi guys, my name's Kimmie. You're here at Waking Up Country. So I've just been doing this country life for a little over a year now. And there are some things that are pretty much what I expected, but others not so much. As being brand new to country life, let me give you a little bit of a background. That way, those of you that are new to the channel understand a little bit about where I come from and why I'm here. So I was pretty much born and raised, not pretty much, I definitely was born and raised in the city. I grew up in the city, did most everything in the city as far as my lifestyle. And I would go and visit the country once a year. My dad had a small farm in Oregon in a little place called Bend. And it was a cute little farm. But it's what I think a lot of people that come from the city expect when they go to a farm. So for me, the farm means that you're going to have these cute little pet animals. They had a couple pigs. They had chickens, and I got to go experience my brother do some 4-H with his pigs, and I thought that was awesome that these are his cute little pets and that they were going off to a new home. And as I've told you, some of you in the past, that was as far from the truth as possible. Coming to live here on Because We Can Farms, I pretty much knew that the animals were not going to be my pets, but you still get that in your mind that, they're cute little animals on a farm, and like in the perfect world, all of the animals would just live out their whole lives there, and they'd all be named and they'd all be friendly and they'd all be your pets. But the reality of that is it's not feasible. You can't just feed animals and then not, I guess you can, but if you had lots of money and all you were doing was rescuing animals. But, essentially, if you want to be self-sustainable and you want to have organic grown food that you know where it comes from, then you do what you can to make sure that those animals that you have on your farm, that's what they're for. They're for the food. So the goats here on the farm, the older girls have been bred, and they are both probably going to be birthing in the spring. We are not checking to see if they are indeed pregnant. We're just going to see what happens. And those babies are going to be bottle fed, and the reason for bottle feeding the babies is so that we have friendly animals. We have a mom that's easy to be milked, and those babies will end up going into the freezer. As a city person, that's a hard concept to get around, but I've been doing this now for, like I said, over a year, and the process is really getting quite easy. I don't want to keep harping on the whole processing thing. That was what I thought would be the hardest thing for me. And essentially at the beginning it was, and that's why the bottle-fed goat Bud, that's why he was then weathered and is now a pet. But any babies that we have in the future for sure are going to be bottle fed, and that's going to be the hardest thing, is not getting attached to those babies. So these little babies here, I have had to not get close with at all, because as cute as they are going to be food, so I can't make friends with them. Otherwise it would just make it a little too hard for me personally. And their mom, June here, she's the one that's going to be having babies probably in the spring. she's a super sweet gal, and I get to learn how to milk on her, which I have not yet done. So I'm super excited about that. So we have a couple sets of bunnies here, and there's one, the mama bunny has these really, really super cute white ones, and I just want to love on them. And they are super friendly, but you got to remind yourself that those bunnies are not going to be pets. You know, us just feeding it and it just being a pet is not really super beneficial. I mean, as gardeners know, the rabbit feces is great for fertilizer, and it's a great cold fertilizer. You can put it straight on the garden, but for us, it's not worth feeding the animals and just keeping them around. So they are going to be food, and that's one of those things that I've had to get used to out here in this country life. I guess something I didn't expect, also being out in the country life, you know, there's wildlife all over the place, but I did not expect that wildlife would be literally in my front or backyard. We have wild turkeys that are always making themselves at home here. We have deer that literally hang out in our orchard. And then we have a cougar that likes to come and hunt in the winter months. So you have to be really careful, or I guess I've learned to be very careful at night in the winter going outside. I avoid it at all costs because we do have this cougar that likes to hang out about in the area, which is a little scary because, you know, being from the city, I would never in a million years ever think that I would come face to face with one, and the possibility is pretty darn great. So I don't want that to happen. It's a little disconcerting, but it is the way of country life. So you have to be, obviously I have to be aware of my surroundings, but it's really cool to see all the wildlife, see all the turkeys hanging out in the front yard, waiting for me to feed the animals because they're like, I want some of that food too. And then bunnies galore everywhere. So some of them are bunnies that have gotten out and kind of are now running free and wild, but there is wild bunnies all over the place as well. So it's super cool to see all that wildlife here in your backyard. It's like you're so close to nature, and it's just amazing. Okay, so another thing that you all don't know about me that really doesn't tie into today's topic, but I'm going to just throw it out there anyways. I'm a bit of an introvert. I have a hard time talking in front of people. I don't hang out in crowds. All of this is new to me, so doing a video is a challenge at times because it's hard to put yourself out there. So one of the things I'm doing to try to counteract some of this is I'm going to be putting out a daily video in the month of December. I am going to take my friend Heather along from Cause We Can Farms. But what we want to do is we want you guys to let us know what kind of things that you'd want to see us doing over the month. And we will be putting that in a video on my channel. And that's things that are local, near Sandpoint, stuff that is not expensive, but something you might want to see us do. For example, if you want us to get pictures with Santa, we would gladly go do that. We can certainly make a day of it and put a video out on that. Or, you know, really anything that is within reason, nothing that can be detrimental to our health, and nothing that is too risque, of course. So I would be happy to hear your ideas. Put them down in the comments, and we will be looking through those. And as I come across different things, I may be making a video on that, but I will be doing a daily video throughout the month of December. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe, follow along. It's going to be a lot of fun. this doing the daily videos will help me get through some of this nervousness that I get when I get on camera, and open me up and let me share more about myself and my journey with you guys. So just, it's a fun thing that we're gonna do, and I really do hope it turns out as great as it sounds like it's gonna be. And if you have a channel, I encourage you as well to do a monthly video in December. It would be super exciting if we all do it, so I challenge you to that.
We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.